Hello everyone, today I will show you how to make a sliding box, so like a case that you slide like that. So it's very handy to keep all your resources in a box and it just doesn't go everywhere in your big board game box. You can use it for many different things. So here, for example, I have like dividers and just keep them like that, but you could very well have like, you know, drawers, like a chest of drawer, and put the thing like vertically, and it would just like block it from like opening, like all the drawers to slide off the box. So that's very handy, or just like, yeah, to hold resources just like that. So it's very simple. We're gonna just see that today. To basically make a sliding box, we'll need some measurements. So let's say our box looks like that. We'll need first, We'll need first that measurement, which we'll call A, and this measurement, which we'll call B. Okay? So this one and this one. Because what we'll do with our strip of paper is basically we'll have A, B, A, B, and A again. It's like I'm doing that basically. Oh, or whatever. Let's say A is that. Okay, A, B, A, B, and A again. So if it was a normal baggie like that, the height and the width of your baggie anyway is the same, because it's a square. So basically you do just 5 times that measurement, because it's the same. But in which case, in this case in particular, we're gonna do 3A plus 2B. For this box, what is A and what is B? A is 53 millimeters. And B is 26. Alright, so our strip of paper will be 21 centimeters long. So either, as I said, you're just gonna write and mark the measurements of AB, 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 A on your strip of paper, like one by one all along it, or you can just do like place your box. Sorry, my A is the horizontal one. You place your box and then hold it down and mark the fold and do it all around it. So I'll do it like that to show you, because it's pretty simple to just mark to write down the markings anyway. However, for the width of your strip of paper, so first what you'll need to know is how wide or how thick do you want these edges to be. You just decide. So I'll do something a bit random, but I'm gonna say that I like that thickness. Well, obviously you're meant to be accurate. Mine is just like an example, so it's not gonna be very pretty or anything. It's just to show you in the video. Okay, so let's say I have one side already done. I'm gonna just put my box there, and I'm gonna mark the width of my box, which is here, and then I just fold it there. And if you have like something bigger, you just like trim it to whatever thickness you wish to have, and that's it for the width of your strip of paper. Oh yeah, because mine is an example, it doesn't look very parallel. It doesn't matter. So, as I said, either you're gonna write down like A, B, A, B, A, and then cut whatever excess you have, or you can do that. So you place your box right here, so you match the corners and all, and you mark the fold like that. You make it sharper. Then you repeat. When you're up, you do it like that. Because it's an example, I'm using very thin paper, so it's not gonna be great, I think, but you know, whatever. Up, starting to look like something. You do it again. Mark the fold. Yeah. And once again, here. And up. Normally you cut here, this at this fold, which should be for me 21 centimeters roughly. It's a bit of an excess, but that's my preferred way of doing it, because you never can predict accurately how your paper is gonna like fold around your box. So I prefer to like just wrap it around and go with that. But the measurement still helps to know roughly the length of your paper. A few strips of paper, but see, I am definitely a bit longer than 21. I'm actually closer to 22. Also, I'm not really accurate. I'm behind the camera, so like, right now my arms are there, and it's really hard to do all the folding. But anyway, when you're up to there, you're nearly done. What you're gonna do is just try to take one side and slide it in there. So it's exactly the same principle as the modular box, if you remember. You slide in the strips, the little tabs on the side, and you push, and normally it should be good like that. So sometimes it does that. I noticed that it happens more as well with thicker paper because it's struggling to slide in there. So I'll show you how I usually avoid this, but meanwhile I'm just going to show you that the box fits. Alright, that's our box. So yeah, it just works, it's fine. To avoid this thing that happens most of the time with thick paper, or here it's thin, but whatever. What I do, I don't think it's recommended, but that's how I do it, and I think it works for me. I actually kind of trim like that. I think I trim too much because that's thin paper, but whatever. But with thick paper I trim a lot. And see, it doesn't push too much on the edges, so it's actually flattened. Or if you wish, you could also glue these if you don't like to see them. Personally, I don't really care because now each time I do it, I just do the excess one hidden, like at the bottom of the box, so you don't see it anymore. This was one of my first ones, so yeah, you can see it's right in the middle. I'm not a fan, but yeah. So now I just hide them at the bottom of the box and you don't see it. So that's how you do a sliding box, like a sliding case. And with the same technique, we're gonna see how to make tiny little dividers of the shape you want. So we're just gonna take that box as an example as well, I guess. Alright, so to try to make a divider, first I'll just start with a diamond because I think that would be potentially the most useful one. So you start the same way, you just check how high your box is, up. My box is that high, so I'm gonna fold here. Sorry, as I said, I'm behind the camera, it's really hard to fold. I'll just roughly cut the edge, the excess. Okay, let's say that's good and we're happy with that. So that will be placed in there, so it needs to be the height of the box, okay? Let's say we do a diamond, so what's half a diagonal? 38. Okay, I'm gonna do 38 millimeters times 5. I said times 5 and I cut at 4. Oh my god. As the proof, I can't see anything from so far away behind the camera, but whatever. I just taped it. It doesn't matter, it's an example, so I don't care that much. Alright, so I'm gonna fold on these, obviously. And just like the sliding lid, we're gonna put one edge into the other one. Like, for example, this end into that one. go. That's what it looks like, and you can place it in your box. Oh, mine is a bit thick because, well, of the tape, it doesn't matter, it fits. In your box you can place it there, and it does not move because it's the right size. And if you have a lid, then basically it will just hold your resources like separated. Like, you know, you move the things and whatever. Yeah, well, this one is not great, but whatever. You can do any shape you want. All you need to do is to always do an extra end bit. Like if you do a triangle, you do four sides instead of 3. Well, we can make a triangle for an example. Well, a triangle will look like that here, so I need the side of a triangle as an example. Okay, so as an example, I just made another strip. We said a side will be 53, so let's just mark that. Again, 53. And 53 a 4th time. And then you cut it. And then you fold. I'm unbelievable. I cut again on the 3rd. I can't see the markings. It's unreal. Well, I fixed it again. That's ridiculous. I really can't see the marking. It's crazy. I'm too far away. Oh. Alright, I fold it again, just like before. And you repeat the process, just like slide one end into the other end. Up. Obviously you can trim on the side if you think it looks a bit dodgy like that. And you can put it in your box. Sorry, my cat is eating. And that's the divider. Yeah, it's lifting a little bit up, but yeah, you can fix that. It's easy. And you see, you can do any shape you wish, and that should be protected when there's a lid on it. And yeah, that divides your things in more original shapes than just a normal Katta divider, which is just like an accordion basically. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.